I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yes or no? Did you ever take banned substances to enhance your cycling performance?
Yes.
I had no prior knowledge of the planned assault on Nancy Kerrigan.
I am deeply sorry for my irresponsible and selfish behavior I engaged in.
Guys, welcome back to Oops the Podcast. I am Julio. I'm joined by Francis and the gang.
Yep.
Guys, shoot our boys Chris and Ryan a follow. We plugged Ryan and then he changed his fucking Instagram handle.
Why
I
would
was
you
like,
do
is he
that?
just trying not to get noticed? He's like, oh, I don't want them shouting me out. I'm above. I'm joking. Ryan's new thing is Ryan is really polite, right? At Chris.mp4. The boys are doing magic in their own right.
Why'd you change your name? Why would you do something like that?
Because he wanted to make it. Actually, I can let him answer. He's sitting right here.
I just wanted to change it. I think that my regular name was too generic and it wasn't that creative.
I
So
agree.
I figured that I'd switch it to something creative, and I think I'm very polite. So I
Yes,
thought
you
that
are.
was pretty on
That's good,
brand,
dude.
and
You
that's
are
it.
unnervingly polite.
It's a very good.
It makes me very uncomfortable.
No,
how
he's
polite you are.
he's fucking he's fucking with you. Don't stop being polite.
Who are you? You don't know that I'm fucking with him. What was
It's
it that you
true,
said on
actually.
the phone the other day that we were laughing about?
I don't remember.
You said something like, "I didn't mean to change the shit you were on."
Oh, no. I was like, I don't want you to think that was the shit I was on.
Yeah,
And you're like, I thought this was exactly the shit you were on.
yeah. We called each other or something, and Julio changed the subject or something and said, "I didn't."
This is what happened. I
Okay,
called
good.
you about something, but like it wasn't anything important. I think I may have just been calling you to shoot the shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you remembered that like you had something that you needed to do for us.
Uh-huh.
And then you were like, oh, just so you know, blah, blah, blah. I've done this, and that. I'm going to do that. And I was like, I was like, that's not the shit I was on with this call.
Yeah. And then I immediately was like, "Are you sure that's not the shit you were on?" Because Julio throws out these cool guy phrases. And then if I repeat them, I think we all realize not everyone can speak that way. I certainly can't. I couldn't get away with saying, "Is that the shit you were on?" Like if someone heard me say that, they would think that I was talking about somebody who was somehow on shit. If I repeat it in the most
On
literal
shit.
way. Whereas Julio says it and everyone knows, oh, that's cool speak. That means something different.
Dude, that's fucking funny.
The shit you were
The
on.
shit I was on.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, so want to hear something funny? I had like a vulnerable moment the other night
Ooh, people like those.
where I just asked Hillary, I'm like, am I memorable? Did I tell the story?
Oh my God, no.
I was like, am I memorable?
What a question.
And she was like, sweetie, what do you like? Of course. I don't think she said sweetie. I don't want to like air her out for like romance talk or like endearing speech. Something along those lines. Yeah, of course you're memorable. Like, what do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're so memorable. I was like, oh, cool. Like, thanks. Dude, I'm not joking. Half an hour later, we go out for drinks. We walk into the place. It was Ludlow House. You
Yeah.
ever been there?
Well, no, but it's an
the same
extension
shit,
of
yeah.
the Soho
whatever.
House.
So we walk in, and before the pandemic began, I was supposed to be producing a show at Ludlow House.
Oh.
Matt Pavich and I were going to have this show. We met this guy. He walked us through the building for an hour, showing us a great time, getting us drinks, getting us food, talking, hanging, all of that. I see the guy. I go, hey, dude, what's up? And he kind of goes, oh, hey. And I'm like, remember, like we were going to do the comedy show. I'm Julia. We were going to do the comedy show before the pandemic started. And he goes, I don't remember you.
Said that?
He said that.
way? Not apologetically?
Nope. Complete, dude. Hillary goes, should we like complain? And dude, she goes, I cannot believe that. And Hillary is not a complainer. Like she would never send food back. She does not give feedback.
Uh-huh.
And dude, it was savage. In my most vulnerable moment, my worst fears were reinforced immediately.
That's unbelievable.
Isn't that unbelievable?
It's almost as if it's a sort of thing where it's like, I could have seen if the roles had been reversed, and you would never do this, but it's the sort of prank that you would have set up.
100%.
Where Hillary was like, all right, I know Julio's feeling this way. I'm going to hit up somebody at the Ludlow House
Exactly.
to not remember him right now. That's
Dude,
yeah.
totally. Absolutely.
Why were you feeling that way? Why did you feel inclined to ask, am I memorable?
I don't know. Like maybe I was just like feeling like assessing my state in the entertainment community or whatever. Like I was having some thought like moment where I was thinking about shit, and I asked her, and you know, she obviously made me feel better about it, but then it's hilarious that just happens right. And she says that I look different a lot, and that's why people don't remember me.
That's a very good point.
Is that true?
Well, yeah, you wear hats and you don't wear hats.
I think it was more.
Dude,
there was more.
that's
to
a
it than
that's a
that.
huge altering curveball. Hats obscure a lot of people's features.
Mm.
They really do. You don't necessarily know what color. You don't see the color of someone's hair. You don't see a lot of their face,
Maybe,
right?
yeah.
It casts a shadow across your face. Think of this. People wear hats when they're trying to have a low profile.
Right.
If they're in trouble with the law.
right.
They
right.
go
This
around
guy-
town. Celebrities. One time I saw John Mulaney going into Whole Foods wearing a hat and sunglasses, and I thought, oh, he's clearly doesn't want to be recognized.
Interesting.
Celebrities go out wearing hats to not be recognized by paparazzi, whatever it is.
Mhm.
And you wear hats and you don't wear hats. And if you are, I could see someone you go the first time, meet the guy, you're wearing a hat. Next time you're not. He could think, I've never met this guy before.
Yeah.
Not
I
connect
guess.
those dots.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think she meant it even. That's adding fuel to the fire. That was the point she had made. No, I don't even think she had considered that. So yeah, I guess whatever. I'll just keep telling myself that. But dude, like and comedians have like notoriously bad social skills. So like same thing. I'll like spend an entire night with a comedian and then they act like they don't know who I am. And I'm like, are you fucking serious?
I know that does bug you.
It's dude, that wouldn't bug you. You spend an entire, but you're like, they would remember me is the difference. That's true.
Well, here's the thing. I don't necessarily know that being memorable is always a good thing.
I know.
I
fine.
think you could compare memorability to famous and infamous, right? So, for example, I know people often remember me,
Mhm.
but it's not always a good thing.
Right. Fair.
I mean, people remember me because I have orange hair, I'm loud, and sometimes I talk too much. You're
tall.
Yeah, but sometimes people might remember me and remember the bad taste that I left in their mouth.
Fine, but they also might. But it might not be that. I understand that infamy is not ideal.
I guess this is true of both of us, but I have a slightly unusual name, Francis.
Yeah.
There aren't that many Francises.
Right.
And I think a lot of these factors are a reason why, for some reason, I don't typically get someone being like, wait, who are you? Have we met?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, and dude, to be honest, like when this happened to me the other night with Chris. I saw a guy. I had no idea who he was. The guy says, "Julia, what's up?" I said, "What up?" back. Everybody thought I knew that guy really well.
Oh my god!
So you fake it, right? You
Those
fake
are
it?
called those are called fucking social skills. Wake up and pretend you know the person. Because it sucks when you when you make them feel like shit, the way that I do every time this happens to me.
What do you got, Chris? You were with Julian?
It was wild. Me and Hillary were both like, "Oh, you know that guy," and
That's how good he was at
yeah,
it.
and he was like, "I have no idea who it was," and we were shook. I was like, "You didn't know him at
Yeah.
all?"
But not for nothing, I do that too.
Yeah.
I do fake it.
You have to.
Yeah. Except
know?
it's sad. I hate doing it because I always say, "Hey man, how are you?"
Yeah.
"Hey dude." And I'm always self-conscious that because I haven't used their name, they have sniffed out that I might
Yeah.
not remember who they are.
Right.
Or at the very least, they know that I don't remember their name. I try as often as possible to use people's names.
Mm-hmm.
It means something to people.
I know this is one of your things. I think it is nice that you do that. But you've said it before, even about like employees of places that have name tags.
Yeah. I mean, fortunately, I think most people are okay if you don't necessarily remember them.
But dude, there's a reasonable threshold. Like if
Yeah,
I have
you-
spent an evening with you, we've looked in each other's eyes, you've told me personal things. You don't remember me now? What is wrong with you? fucking wake up, dude. Dude, I'm thinking, and all of them are coming back to me now, and I'm just like as blown away as I was when it happened.
What do you
It
mean?
happened to me last night. And actually, the guy who it happened with has said that he is now sober. And the time that we hung out, he actually bought me a drink.
Are you saying you're having right
which
now?
Which means he must have just been too fucked up. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
I spent an entire evening with this guy. No recollection.
He didn't.
No recollection
Of you.
Nope.
So you're saying that all of these instances where you've not been remembered are coming back to you?
As I'm complaining about this, I'm remembering people who I've spent so much time with who don't remember me. And it gets to a point with those people that I don't allow them to not remember me now. I come up to them on some shit. And I'm like, yo, what's good? And I'll dap them, pat on the back, unbelievable familiarity. I see the deer in headlights situation and I bathe in it.
Yeah.
I
Why
take
don't you
it back.
go another step? Why don't you spread Nutella all over their chair or something? Be like, "You gotcha, bitch. Remember me now."
Bang their mom.
Yeah,
dude.
this guy shit his pants. I don't know, man. I don't think it's your fault. I think it's a product of course I don't think it's your fault. You are memorable. That's
Thanks.
just fundamentally
Thanks,
true. I met you with Ricky in
Mhm.
passing and never forgot it and asked
Thank
you to
you.
be my podcast co-host
Material.
on very little.
That was for the record. That wasn't it. We hung out many times after that.
Not many. Not many. Not many.
Probably a handful. We were bumping into each other. But yes, okay, fair.
You left enough of an impression on very few meetings and very little FaceTime in noisy bars and whatever else that I asked you to do a podcast with me.
Right.
I mean, that's
yeah.
something.
I appreciate it.
That's an endorsement. So,
appreciate it.
so,
take it.
but the point is, we live in a cycle of loud drinking places. That's often where we meet people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're meeting many people in a night. And I would bet that there are just as many people that you have not remembered as I would say there's probably a lot more that you have not remembered that having met that would not remember you.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm sure because, the nature of what we do and especially like there's a sort of hierarchy in comedy. So the people who are newer are more likely to know who you are. But still, all those people who are like, we met one time when they said that and like very, very quickly. There's never been a time where I sit with you at a fucking table and talk to you and don't remember who you are. And I'm blaming those people for that. That is like not right. It's not right. God damn it.
Yeah.
But wake up and smell the fucking Brooklyn Roasting Company.
I got a tip for this, by the way.
For being remembered.
No, well, for avoiding the awkwardness of it, which is, I think it's always perfectly fine when you reintroduce yourself to someone, and from the way they're looking at you, you think that you've met before, but you don't remember them. It's perfectly fine to say like, we've met before, haven't we?
Yeah, that you take the responsibility immediately.
Because if you're wrong and you haven't, nobody gives a shit. Nobody's ever offended that you're like, wait, you think we've met before? Nobody's ever like, what the fuck, dude? You don't know me.
Yeah.
This is the first time you've seen me.
Yeah.
How are you mistaking me for someone else in your life?
Yeah.
No one's ever offended on that side of it.
Totally, because then if anything, they now are worried that they don't remember you and that they're being rude. And it's funny because if you're like, I think we met before, and as you're like moving on, you can kind of like see them being like, oh my God, did we? Fuck.
Yeah. And if they're like, I'm not sure we have, no, then you're fine. It's a hedge.
Yeah.
You're hedging
It's a good hedge.
against the awkwardness of not remembering someone. And if you say, I think we met before, right? And then if you have and they know, they'll be like, oh yeah, we have, like, this is where it was, or I think oftentimes you'll just get like that middle ground uncertainty back.
Yeah.
This happened to me last night. I met a female comic and I was like, good to see you. Like we've met before, right? She was like, I think so. Yeah, probably. It's fine.
Yep.
No harm,
Well
no
done.
foul.
Well done.
Yeah. Lead with that. And the other thing is, and by the way, you know where I read this? This is so weird. This is so weird. One time I was in Ralph Lauren and they had a book. It was like a book of Ralph Lauren's book of etiquette
Oh, nice.
or something. And I was just sitting on one of their leather couches. I think Sierra was shopping or something. And I turned to a page, and this is the only thing that stuck with me. But it said, if you've forgotten someone's name and you don't just barrel forward, pretending like you know their name and, substituting with man and dude,
Yeah.
and whatever else. It's perfectly fine at the beginning of that conversation to say, I'm so sorry, but I've forgotten your name.
Mm.
And that's fine. It should be fine.
I don't know.
Or, I'm so sorry, could you tell me your name one more time? It's better that than spending a lot of time with someone without ever using their name because you're just pretending like you haven't forgotten it.
But you'll get it. You'll get the name. You'll
Not
gather
always.
The name. Not always.
Not always.
But like, dude, in this like world, the sea of acquaintances that we have, I don't know that etiquette book was designed for this situation.
You're right.
I wonder.
That's more
I'm
like
sorry I seem to have
society
forgotten your name.
parties, charity balls at the Met.
Potentially offensive.
Yeah. Yeah. If someone said that to you, you'd be mad?
It just depends who. Depends who it was.
Ooh.
Certain people, I'd be fine with it because we hung out for 2 seconds.
I often do it like this. I go, can you tell me your name one more time? I'm so sorry. And because of that grimace, that little grimace, it's very disarming.
Yeah.
I'm putting it on myself.
Yeah.
It's me. I've got bad memory.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, yeah, dude. It is what it is.
It's also possible, like you said, that the guy, from the Ludlow house was in a car accident or had some traumatic brain injury or, got off drugs, whatever it was, and doesn't really remember much from the age of 28 to 31. I don't know.
Maybe.
I
mean, dude,
it's a very blunt way to say that.
Yeah.
It feels intentional, as if he's trying to
It was
demean
super
you.
rude, dude. I was like, get out of here, bro.
Did you say anything to him?
No, Hillary goes, I cannot believe that just happened. She's like, all things considered, that was truly insane.
I mean, not for nothing. If there's a place where that's going to happen, it's that fucking Soho House place, those places.
It's just so, but yeah, dude. I spent an evening with this guy, bro. Took drinks, anything you guys need. No recollection.
What is his role?
Guy who does
Event
programming. I don't know.
Coordinator?
Sure.
Yeah.
And now look at me now, like shitting on his. I don't know, dude. Some bullshit position. Dude, fucking Hill Doggus is out of town and she's going to be gone for a while and it's gotten dark fast. It's bad.
Oh.
Dude. It's bad.
What is the maximum amount of time that she can be gone where it's still healthy?
Dude, I'm already having anxiety about like what it's going to look like when she gets back. She's gone for 2 weeks.
That's really long,
It's
dude.
really long.
We talked about this. I don't even want to know where my life would go if Sierra left for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm going to need to call the cleaning lady and eat it. You know what I mean? Like usually like we'll split that expense. Like I'm just going to have to fucking call her up and be like, we need you in here. Even though it's like going to be expensive.
So what's happening to the apartment? How is it falling into disrepair? What are the ways in which you are just letting everything go?
Like the thing, so okay, I try my best to like maintain things, but there's certain things that are above my pay grade. Like she prepared a bunch of food for me before she left, which was very sweet of her. And she made she roasted squash on like an oven
That's
tray.
amazing.
I can't clean this fucking tray, dude. I'm trying. I did the trick where you put the dishwasher thing in it and then you let it soak and it's supposed to take some of the grease off, but it still feels a little greasy. And I'm like, is this just the nature of this sort of utensil? Like it just feels a little slick. But now, yes?
Yeah, I think so.
Because now I'm just like nervous that I'm just never going to be able to fix that. And I'm just going to have this dirty tray forever. And it's like driving me nuts.
You should, I would take a paper towel, just dry wipe it.
And it'll be fine.
Well, it might not be fine. It'll be as good as it'll be.
I'm worried, dude. Our bed, I'm like,
What's happened to the bed?
Nothing, but like it's just
Is it full of stains?
no, it's clean. I think like it's just I don't even know. I'm just looking at it.
You're
and I'm
not
like,
making
fuck.
it in the mornings.
No,
And she does.
we usually make it together.
When you're
Not
there
always.
together, one of you makes the bed.
50% of the time the bed will be made.
Yeah.
So
And now, I mean,
nothing.
it looks like you're trying to escape.
Yeah, dude, and
Like
I'm constantly
tying the duvet out the window. Things are just everywhere.
dude, yeah, and I'm just kind of like hallucinating scents. I'm like, is there smell? What is that? Like,
Dude, it sounds like you're going crazy.
I'm losing it, dude.
You should, first of all, I would say don't spend much time in your apartment if she's away. I wouldn't just marinate there if I were you. Because that's your home with her, and without her there, it feels broken and cold.
Dude,
There's
yeah.
a major thing missing.
She's just gonna find me, and when she's gonna come back, it's gonna be like damp. She's gonna find me in a corner, being like, "My precious."
With your fingernails super long,
Yeah.
just jars of piss everywhere. Julia, you couldn't go to the bathroom? I don't know where it is. What are you fucking talking about? You just been playing Zelda till 7
Yeah,
a.m.?
literally, dude. I was up till 5 a.m. the other day doing nothing. The first night she was gone, up till 5 a.m.
You need to define health for yourself. You need to be self-sufficient. 2 weeks is too long. You'll really lose yourself.
I gotta be good.
You gotta, dude. You can't go to bed at 5 a.m. That's nuts.
know.
That's bad for you.
I know. Which, by the way, we're recording early today, and I'm grateful for that because I was getting into this like bad cycle. So now being here early was nice. And it got, to be honest, it wasn't even that early, but like relatively speaking, pretty
Yeah.
early. And tell me if you guys agree with this. When I'm up earlier than than is what my body thinks is natural at the time, music, like once I get out of the house and I listen to music, the music just like hits different. Is that I just soak it in. It like feels like it's not one of those days where like I'm skipping tracks. Like every song that comes on, I'm like, oh, this is a banger.
Huh.
Like, I don't know what it is. It's like this euphoric feeling.
That's nice.
Bad Bunny was really fucking hitting different today, dude.
Interesting. I am not happy with my music right now. I'm really in a
Need new
rut.
shit?
I'm in a rut. I've beaten all the tracks I liked to death, and I have my Discover Weekly on Spotify has been really bad for 2 straight
That's a
weeks.
good method, the Discover thing.
Well, that's usually pretty reliable, but you actually know how I discover most of my music,
How?
which has been more successful, is I go to a song I like on Spotify, and then I
Oh,
go to
yeah.
the radio
Smart.
for that
That's
song,
smart.
and then that song will always be the top, and then you go through that list, and it's like songs that are very similar to that one.
That's clever.
And I've had much more success that way.
Go,
Chris,
I'll go.
what do you got on music?
I think not every morning I'm like that, but some mornings I have like a nice playlist, some like upbeat stuff, and I'm just sitting on the train like popping my head. I'm like, oh, everyone's looking at me now, and then I'm like into it. And that gets
Totally.
my morning going, but not most mornings.
So interesting. I actually find reading has a very similar effect on me to what you guys are describing.
I know what you're talking about.
Because a lot of the time I read in the morning, and if I have a good book and I read, 30 to 40 pages in the morning to start my day, I feel like I've done a dynamic workout for my brain.
Yeah, gets you going.
I'm seeing the world differently. And I just picked up Hemingway's The Green Hills of Africa, which is his
To get you ready for the honeymoon?
dude, it's his stories of going on safari in Africa.
Sick.
Problem is he's hunting.
Hmm.
He's hunting rhinos and
Damn.
fucking, koodoos.
Didn't
and
age well.
I'm like, damn, dude, you're
Hilarious.
a fucking monster. There's something that's a little too manly about it for me. I don't like the idea of shooting a rhino. That's not that cool. Or a leopard or cheetah.
Mm.
He has his sheet of all the kills. I mean, he killed like 50 animals on this trip.
It's a different time.
It's like 2 cheetahs, 3 leopards, 5 kudu, 30 hyenas. And he describes
Crushed it.
watching the hyenas die.
dude. Oh my God.
It's pretty graphic.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah. Even so, the writing is just
So good, huh?
so great. So great.
Sick.
But back to really quick, back to what it's like to not have your partner
Oh, yeah.
around for a long period of time. I think the food is the single most important thing.
In what capacity?
You need to feed yourself and you need to eat at normal times.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very easy to let that go when you're not with another person, especially.
So do you guys always eat your meals together typically, like or it's dinner?
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. You know, a lot of the time I'll have to go to do spots or whatever. But if that's the case, we'll eat earlier.
Yeah,
But we'll
yeah.
eat together. It's not like I'm waiting until 10 p.m., 11
Right,
p.m. to
right.
eat. Whereas if I'm home alone, man, things can get out of hand quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
Meals at weird hours, eating whatever's in the fridge.
Yeah.
Just a whole bag of shishito peppers with
Yeah.
some like turkey. That's not a
Yeah,
meal.
Yeah, I know.
That's not a meal at all.
Week 1, she like Monday through Friday, I'm good with like food that has been prepared for me by her, which I really appreciate. She like squeezed it in for me. Like she didn't have time, was so busy, like cooked a bunch of food for me. It was so fucking nice.
Well, they know we'll die if they don't
I
do
know, I
that.
know. But dude, then like, yeah. But then week 2 is going to turn into like take out every single meal.
Yeah. And that happened to me. Sierra was only in Costa Rica for like 5 days. And by day 4, I mean, I don't even know what I was eating. I don't know what it was. I was
Yeah.
just eating things. I had ordered Indian food and I over ordered so that I would have extra. Do you know what it's like to eat Indian food 3 meals a day for 2 straight days?
Not great.
Your body hates you.
Yeah.
I mean, you just feel like you're poisoning yourself.
Francis tikka masala.
Yeah, lamb biryani for breakfast? What?
Yeah.
That's not right.
Not right.
That's not good.
Not good.
Mm-mm.
Bad. Dude, speaking of which, I had a wonderful Valentine's Day.
Oh.
It was nice. I have fully leaned into Valentine's Day. I value it. I find it important. I look forward to it. And I recommend doing the same, guys out there, because I would say most people have written it off. And I'll hear this, oh, it's a commercial haul. Go fuck yourself.
Mm.
It's an excuse to have a special romantic occasion
Hmm.
and special. And we had a wonderful time.
What'd you guys do?
We went to dinner.
This is Valentine's Day proper. It's the
Valentine's
Monday.
Day proper.
Yeah.
We went to our favorite restaurant that's just kind of like our spot. You know what I mean?
How far in
It's called
advance did you?
Vic's.
Oh, I love that place.
We love it.
That's in
NoHo?
NoHo, yeah. Mhm.
We just really like it. We know the people a little bit there now, and like it's just our spot. We usually go for brunch. We went for dinner.
How far in advance did you have to get a reservation? I mean,
So-
it's Valentine's Day.
so,
It's impossible.
Not that far in advance since we go so often.
You've got status there.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I think that we have reached the point, and we don't like milk it at all.
Mhm.
But like we know the people, and it's nice, and like it wasn't that hard.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that was dope. And we had some Negronis. We played the question game. We even got into a little bit of a debate, a healthy debate
Mhm.
about certain issues, like in the world,
Wow.
and had a really nice time. Went home, chilled, and it was special and nice. And I enjoyed it. We wrote each other cards.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is pretty sweet.
It was really sweet.
No
dude.
no gift though.
We dressed up. We got each other gifts as well that we had given at an earlier time. It was for Valentine's Day. Like she just gave me mine early, and then I was like, I guess I'll give you yours early too.
Oh. What'd you get her?
I got her this like little like sculpture thing that's intended that you like hang your rings on it, but it's like a little tree. It's pretty
Oh.
cool. And what she does a lot of the time, I'll get her something, and like if she likes it sometimes, she'll reinvent it and turn it into something else.
No
So
way.
she's like, this is just really pretty, so let's just use this as a decoration. I like it better. So I was like, okay. Well, one time I got her a necklace and she turned it into a bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Happy if the utilities of it like sort of changes.
Yeah.
But dude, it was really nice. We had a great time.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
We were flying home and I was in shambles. I was so hungover on Valentine's Day from the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
The Super Bowl preceded Valentine's Day, and we got I got tuned up on the Super Bowl. We won a lot of money.
Really?
Dude, it was.
Did you like win the square or whatever?
No, we went to the bar and we the bar we were at in Colorado in Telluride had started passing. You know, once we sat down, had a squares thing going around, and my buddy, we bought 6 squares, $25 each.
Nice.
And my buddy filled it out without thinking and put them all in a row. We took 6 squares in a row, which meant that every single one of them was tied to one number,
Oh my god.
at least for that
Yeah.
row. So, and
It's
of
like a
course,
bad
and then
way
they
to do it.
randomized the numbers, and of course, we got 5, which is never going to happen in a football game.
Wow.
No scores ever end in 5.
Wow.
It's not a multiple of 7.
That's
it doesn't
insane.
or 3. It,
That
there's
is
just
crazy.
no scoring that gets you to 5, basically. So, we got blanked on that, but we did hit a bunch of props, and we like levered up on the Bengals,
Sick.
who covered. The line was 4, and they lost by 3, so we covered by 1. And we were just going nuts, and I was drinking whiskeys on the
Sick.
rocks. And then we celebrated how much money we'd won and went out to dinner late after that again. That's the other cool thing. Colorado's 2 hours behind. So the Super Bowl started at 4
sick.
p.m.
That's sick.
and was
That's
over by
nice.
like
That's a gift.
7:38.
That's a gift.
It was great. That's one thing that's really sick about the West Coast.
Yeah.
Your football Sunday starts at friggin' 10 a.m. and you watch the night game and it's over by 9 p.m., whatever it is. All your sports are done at the right time.
Right.
But let me tell you something. Speaking of gifts, okay? So you know how I went to Montclair. I told you that story.
Yeah.
And I told you did I tell the podcast that I bought Sierra a really nice gift?
You did. Which
So-
I looked great on her, by the way.
Yeah.
I saw the pics.
I gave her the present. She's over the moon. Then I'm gonna say this. So Sierra has been crushing it at her job lately, and it makes me really turned on and proud.
Awesome.
She had a great year, really doing well, to the extent that I'm gonna have her pay more of the rent now because she's doing so well.
Sweet.
She's carrying us
Yeah.
financially at this point.
Sick.
And it's great. I'm really proud of her, and it's awesome. And I think so. Without knowing that I had got her a coat, she got herself a couple of like ski outfits and
Nice.
coats as like a treat to celebrate how well she'd done. And I gave her this coat without knowing that, and then within the next day or two, she unveiled these like 2 or 3 other new
Secret
coats. And so then I felt like I'd given her a glass of water in a rainstorm.
Right.
There had never been a worse time for me to give her.
Saturated
A new coat.
coatage.
I mean, it's just an embarrassment of riches. Like, I felt like what does it even mean anything?
Did you bring it up?
I did. And she was like, well, no, the coat you got me isn't a ski coat.
Right.
It's more of a lifestyle, walking around New York kind of coat. It's a winter coat. It's really nice.
Women.
It's one I would never have bought for myself.
Totally.
These have a different purpose.
That fully checks out.
Yeah, but I wish there had been a little bit of distance
But
between
dude,
the
women
coats.
like they're so good at like, oh well, this is for this. Something for me that goes towards 9 different events only goes towards one event for Hillary. You know what I mean? She'd be
Yeah.
like, but this is like a cocktail hour before dinner drinks on the beach outfit. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
They have a mood board for their outfit.
Yeah, it's incredible. So get down on yourself, pal.
Well, it just I felt so deflated from this, and it got to the point where my deflation was starting to cloud the gift. It was starting to taint
Oh yeah.
my energy, my sadness, my self-loathing over this was starting, and she had to snap me out of it. She was like, "Stop!
Yeah.
I want to enjoy the coat." And not for nothing, the coat is super sick, and I personally love it on her. So there's joy in that. But what's your thought on that? Like, if you
So
got Hillary a piece of jewelry and then found out that she just bought herself 3 bracelets,
there were So
would you be bummed?
So first of all, I think that in this situation, she really does have a strong out with the nature of these other coats that she bought that are without a doubt for other purposes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're good there. So I think on that, with the second you heard that, I think that can de-escalate the feeling. The other thing, and I think that this is an important thing to remember, is that a gift is always for somebody else. It's not about you.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, if she happens to like, something happens that bums you out a little bit about the gift, you gotta not like let it get to you. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, still, it's a gift for her. It was bad timing as far as she had gotten herself something cool too. And it doesn't have to take away from how good your gift was.
Yeah.
Because if you watch 3 good movies, they're all good movies still.
That's a good point.
You know, like one movie being good also doesn't take away from the other movie also being good.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a part of me that wishes, you know, that I could have given her this coat at a time when there was a coat shortage in the world and she had just come in from the cold and was shivering, freezing. And I said, look at this.
Yeah.
Brand new coat. Here you go.
But this was also a coat that she had been coveting, right?
You know, a little bit, except that she had to put it out of her mind because she thought it was not one she could ever get.
See, dude, you killed it, bro. You killed it.
Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still a little shaken by it.
Poor Francis. Got a question for you.
Okay.
If you don't have more on that.
No,
topic.
that's it.
What is worse to you in your mind? A delayed flight or having to do laundry?
Delayed flight.
Is that even a fair comparison?
No, not for me.
at all.
I actually like doing laundry.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I find it methodical and quiet. It's nice.
Okay. So let's say, let's add something to it. It's not going to change your answer, but let's add something to this for people who are listening and thinking about this and discussing it. The flight being delayed does not affect the outcome of your trip. You're not going to miss anything by your flight being delayed. There's no logistical issue. You don't have to figure your shit out. You just are at the airport for a couple more hours. So that's that. You say laundry for sure. Hillary says that I'm crazy for saying that I would prefer to have my flight delayed.
Then do a load of laundry?
I hate doing laundry.
Why do you hate it?
I have this weird relationship with it. The house that I used to live in, the people who worked at the house would be doing laundry the whole day. So I would end up doing laundry at night, like when I was running on fumes. And like I would wake up feeling hungover from laundry. You know, where it's like not dry still and you're like, ugh. So anyway, there's sometime the other night we got home and she's like, and Hillary was like, let's do laundry. And I'm like, I really don't want to. And she's like, come on. And I was like, she's like, what's the problem? Like, why do you hate laundry so much? I was like, let's just do it tomorrow. She's like, no, like, let's just do it now, blah, blah, blah. And then it ended up turning into like one of those nights where like the dryer was taking forever or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think she was like stressed out because she thought that I was going to like have a meltdown because she knows about my negative relationship with doing laundry. And it's almost like, dude, so we have a laundry on our floor and it's almost like a curse because now it's like, I don't want to pay to send my laundry out, but I can't just throw it in the washer as the day goes on because we share it with 2 other apartments.
Mm-hmm.
So like now it's still accumulating in that way where now it becomes a daunting task.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I don't mind being at the airport. Is that weird? Do you not like, do you care?
I don't. I like air travel that goes the way
Supposed
it
to.
is supposed to go and as quickly, as efficiently as possible.
Yeah.
I don't like sitting on planes. I'm uncomfortable. I'm hot. My body hurts.
Mhm.
My neck always hurts on airplanes.
So being in the airport, you're anticipating that uncomfortable feeling that you're about to embark on, or the difficult.
There's
journey.
just not much. I'm not disciplined enough as a traveler to use time like that for good.
Mhm.
I don't work much in airports. I'm usually watching some bullshit on my phone or reading a book, whatever. I'm not working. I'm not advancing my life. I'm in a holding pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I can't say that I like being in airports.
Chris and Ryan, let me ask you this. Is this in your mind even a discussion? Like, is laundry being the easier thing to do so obviously the answer that this isn't worth discussing, or do you see my side a little bit too?
So right now I don't have laundry in my building at all, so I have to like walk down the street to do it. So it's kind of like the gym in that you never want to go, but like while you're doing it and after you're like, oh, fine, that was great. And then
Do
you have
you
all
enjoy?
your,
It's therapeutic.
but like once I finally do it, but just getting there because I got to get all dressed and it's been like so shitty out.
That
It's
sucks,
like
yeah.
I got to lug like this thing on my back, and I'm like worried about slipping. And
That's
it's
better
just-
than flying to you still.
I think I'd rather have the delay though.
But
Yeah, I agree with
you're physically carrying a body bag down the
Yeah.
street to the laundromat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean that's.
I don't know
that,
if that's
that
the same.
sucks ass. That's not
Yeah.
the same. Yeah.
I would probably have had a different answer.
Totally.
Back when I had to do that kind of stuff.
Rye
But
guy, what do you got from this?
we have laundry in our apartment.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice.
You
I
do
have-
too, right?
On the floor, not in the
All right.
apartment.
I have in unit, so I don't mind doing laundry. I don't love it, but
You
I
have
would
in
rather
unit?
do laundry. Yeah.
In your apartment?
Yes.
Must be nice.
Dude, you just said that you do too.
I'm just saying in general, there are people who would probably think that's must be nice.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
that-
I don't mind doing laundry, and I don't like flying, so I don't want to be at the airport
Okay.
any longer
Look
than
at
I need
that.
to.
I stand
That's
down.
my boy right there.
And also my
my son.
my laundry problem is pretty specific. Like if I had in unit, my answer would also be I'd rather do laundry. And if I had to walk down the street, my answer would be I don't want to walk down the street. Therefore, but whatever. Sorry guys for
What?
this.
By the way,
would
what,
you rather
what is
hit.
this? What is in unit? What are you, a real estate agent? Who says that? Yeah. What are we touring your home?
I love it. I love it, Ryan.
I've got
Never stop
laundry
being
in
you.
unit. In my 1 bedroom plus den. Love that.
Dude, can I bring up a music thing again?
Yes.
Okay, so I was thinking. Tell me if you relate to this.
But just really quick, I want recommendations about how to find music. I want recommendations for you guys because my music's dry. Keep going. Sorry.
So, my only recommendation is like find the thing that you currently like, and then just find more stuff like it, which it sounds like you're doing. It can be a bit of a time commitment, but I know what stuff I'm really into right now, and then I just like follow all those people on Instagram to see when they're putting out new music. And I literally pretty much only listen to like Spanish music at this current time.
Spotify has a bunch of really good playlists. So if you kind of like look through the categories and kind of narrow down what you generally like, there's a ton of stuff in there. Just put the playlist on. Don't even look at the people, and then I'd say you'll find a bunch of good stuff that way.
Got it. Okay.
Solid.
So what kind of playlist should I look for?
There's like when you go on Spotify, you click that search button. There's just like all the moods and genres.
Yeah.
So whatever kind of thing would fit there, and then every one of those.
I
has-
don't know that I know my mood
I was gonna
well
say that,
enough
yeah, it sounds like you
to
need a little
know
more.
what that would be.
Well, just you can go into things you like, and then you can find stuff from there.
It sucks. The music I like is so different. So here's an example. Last night, right?
Your method sounds to be pretty good, by the way. Knowing that,
Sometimes it is, but there's nothing worse than going through your Discover Weekly or playlist and listening to the first 20 seconds of every song and then hitting skip forward.
yeah, that's a bummer.
Just makes you feel, I don't even know. That's
it
so
sucks.
disappointing.
It sucks.
But last night I was listening. I find that with Kanye West falling deeper and deeper out of favor with the public, that I am listening to more and more of his old music.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's a nostalgia thing, but last night
How old are we talking?
I was listening to Flashing Lights
Mm.
from Graduation, which to me is every single time I hear that song, I think it's incredible.
Mm.
There's something driving through the city at night.
Yeah.
I had to drive all the way from the Upper West Side down to Union Square and then home. And that song, you're feeling it. Yeah. She don't believe in shoes and cars,
It's a
but
good
she
song.
believe in shooting stars.
Good stuff.
I love that
Good
song.
stuff.
And it also it's the great intro song in The Hangover when they're coming into Vegas. There's this sort of like, I don't know, nighttime magic to it. But even so, I didn't know where to go from there. and then I didn't have another song and the bubble was burst.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go to the
Chasing the Dragon.
yeah, if you go to the playlist that for that song or something, then the next song might be some other crappy rap song,
Mm-hmm.
not on that level.
Yeah, so I think you're suffering from the like you only like the songs you used to like syndrome. You just got to find a new one. Like oh, okay, like this is, you know what I mean? You need to find like new contemporary stuff that you really like, and then it'll start snowballing.
Okay.
And you know, and the way to and a good way to do that, like you said, so like you like Graduation. If you do if you like this, maybe you'll get into like this nostalgic kind of thing, but it won't only exclusively be that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think you'll find shit.
Okay.
I don't know. Whatever.
All right.
I don't know that that's a good suggestion.
No, that's good to know.
I think
That's
you've
good.
solved the problem.
Good to know.
Dude, like this is a thing that I will do, like, and tell me if you guys relate to this. Like, okay, I have an artist that I like historically, right? And they'll put out a new project. I'll add it to my playlist out of respect. I'll just add the entire thing to my playlist out of respect for the artist.
Wow.
And then even if I don't like it, I'll still leave it on there longer because I'll think it might grow on me out of respect to the artist.
Wow.
And then I'll do this thing where, like, if I'm not even feeling that at the time, that kind of music, I will still leave at least a couple tracks from that artist on the playlist out of respect for the artist
Wow.
who's given me so much joy. It doesn't, no one in particular. Like, if I'm really into somebody one year and then they put out new shit that I'm just like, that I just don't get into for some reason, I'll just like leave their shit on there because they've given me so many hours of joy.
Mm. That's
I don't know.
that's a very loyal thing to do. Very loyal.
The other thing that happens to me, like this morning, I was really into this song. And I was like, man, this song's so fucking good. I would love this to be my karaoke song. But then I was like, fuck, like, I don't know if I can actually hit the register the way that I think I can as I hum this song back. And I don't want to fall into the trap of like the time where I thought I could sing You Ought to Know for karaoke and I simply just couldn't get there. And there's a really embarrassing video of it from Las Vegas in 2016.
What is your karaoke song?
It's evolved over the years. I used to do a Young Thug song called Dome. I really liked that one for a while. Then I did Lil Uzi Vert, All My Friends Are Dead.
Uh-huh.
Then I don't think that's the name of that song. EXO to Our Life, yeah.
Wow, Chris.
Yeah.
Right there with it.
Then I started doing I Like It Like That by Cardi B featuring Bad Bunny. Then I started doing La Romana by Bad Bunny. And now I think it will be another Bad Bunny song next, but I don't know which one.
You do a lot of different songs.
That's been my entire karaoke career.
Sounds like you do a lot of karaoke.
I don't, but when I know a karaoke party's coming, I like to think about what song I'm going to do.
Ugh,
I like
I'm not a
karaoke.
big karaoke guy.
This is a good karaoke city too, because there's no like real singers here. Like in LA, like you go to karaoke and like fucking Billie Eilish is singing. You're like, what the fuck? Like this isn't fair.
Right.
It's like Demi Lovato up there.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, what's
I
up?
crave karaoke.
Karaoke's
None of my
great.
buddies are into it, but I crave it. Is it
Really?
Koreatown? That's
Yeah.
a good spot for it.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing that towards the end of March for my birthday. Go
Fuck
to
yeah.
Koreatown.
When's your birthday?
The 28th.
Do- I'm
You're
the 26th.
26th. Yeah. Small world.
What,
That's so crazy.
what do you know about that?
Yeah.
And you know who else is the 28th? My mom.
No, dude,
Wow. I don't know what to say.
the fucking web
crazy.
is woven tighter.
Pretty good, guys.
I'd say my top karaoke songs: "Thinking About You" by Frank Ocean, "Creep" by Radiohead, "Hotline Bling" by Drake, and then "Peaches" by Justin Bieber.
Oh, solid.
Nice,
Yeah,
Ryan.
that's it. I like my peaches out in Georgia.
I'm going to have a birthday party.
Really?
Yeah.
But when?
March 26th, my birthday.
I'm not gonna be here.
Shut the front door. Why?
I'm doing the show with Whitney.
Oh,
I know. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a good party.
Maybe I'll just come
It's
when
going to be like our engagement party was, like Sierra's birthday.
I'm not gonna stay in Albany. So I mean, it's
That's
gonna
the
take
Saturday.
It's a far. I'll try to catch it.
It's not that far.
Oh, is it 2.5?
What time's your show?
It's at 8.
On Saturday?
Yeah, we'll be back mid-party.
Mm,
It'll be
don't.
Fuck.
That's crazy. Are you opening for her now?
like not like her exclusive person, but like I'm in the mix. I did her show in New Jersey
Does
last weekend.
Ricky open for her?
He does too. Yeah.
Do you open for her with Ricky or sometimes just you?
So this will be only the second time, and both of those scenarios have occurred. It'll be just me in Albany, I think.
I have to say this,
He's not coming.
and I'm
but
not just saying
He was
this
in New Jersey.
for the podcast. I love Whitney Cummings.
She's really cool.
I think she's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think she's, I don't know, smart, hysterical. I would say she's probably
She's cool as fuck.
one
dude.
of the better comics going right now.
She's really cool, man.
Did you watch her special?
No. I
The
have
robot
to.
one?
No, I will.
It's
though.
good.
It's good.
It's really good. I think she went to Penn or something.
Yeah, I'm not
She's
sure.
an Ivy League grad.
Interesting.
I like people like that.
Yeah, dude. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Cool.
Karaoke. Oh, dude. So I worry sometimes that I worry about being too prepared for karaoke. Like I worry that it looks like, oh, this guy thought about this a lot. It's similar to like the ping pong night where I was too ready for ping pong. I get a little self-conscious. So sometimes I will get embarrassed after karaoke is finished. Maybe that means that I haven't drank enough.
Yeah.
But you know, there's something about going up there and having to be a number that is embarrassing. So I think that, I don't know, bro.
I don't like karaoke. You know why? Because I'm in between. Ability.
But dude, you literally sing like
I know,
You're
but
a
I'm not a
singer.
good enough singer to impress people
But that's-
singing karaoke.
But you're
But
not-
I'm not
yeah.
a bad enough singer that people are thinking it's fun. They're like, this guy's trying and it's close, but it's not.
That's the
that.
point of karaoke. You're almost the perfect candidate for karaoke.
No,
You can
I'm
even
in
play
that.
your own
I'm
music.
in that weird middle ground where it's like, oh, almost. He's. I get it, but I don't think it's good enough. We're not all celebrating this. You know, it's not good.
I had a good karaoke moment once. I love to do "It Wasn't Me" by Shaggy, and I know the song really well. And the part where the guy's
That's a
like,
good one.
"Da-da-da-da-da," and like the words didn't come up on the screen, but I knew all the words. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's doing without the words."
There you go.
Nice.
That's a fun one too, because it's like, it's like like you don't know what the fuck
Nobody
he's
knows
saying.
those words.
What's up, Bella?
Yeah.
What's up, so you for the turn into a killer? Right? Chris?
What? You know him too?
Not like
You
that.
better watch your buck before she turned into a killer.
Oh, man.
Seeing is believing. How
did you learn
to be
these
a true
words?
player? That you know how we
to
play. That
This
is
is
how
for
you
your
done
night,
done. This is how you
What?
done.
Am I the
You
only
better
one?
admit to her what she say.
This classic Chris and Julio moment here, Raj. We
Our
start
birthdays,
singing.
you know, it was
Something
just
else?
natural. Our birthdays are close to each other, and that's why you and Ryan's birthdays
It
are
must
close
be
to
what
each
it
other.
is.
Yeah,
It
we were
must
just,
be what it is.
Guys, first of all, I don't like this drawing lines in the sand. We're a family here at Oops the Podcast.
Let's make it official. Let's do something competitive.
We're not fighting
2-on-2
proxy-
basketball.
Fighting proxy warfare with the Oops squad.
What's this? What do we do? That would be fair. Is it 2-on-2 basketball?
That would be fun. I think your
Volleyball?
team would probably win, but I'd be open to it.
What is there a sport or is it ping pong? Is it a beer pong? Is it
Beer pong is probably a fun one.
That could be good. Yeah. Well, we could do it at my birthday if Julio wasn't on tour with someone really cool. I'm kidding.
No, it's okay. I'm bummed out by that.
I don't
news.
even know. To be honest with you, I'm
Hopefully
hearing
the date
from
will get
so many
changed.
people that they're away that day that I may not even be able to do it,
Dude.
which is too bad.
Well, hopefully you'll just change it to another day.
You know what I want to have? I want to have an après ski party.
Oh, that's fun.
Après ski themed party. You could take it anywhere you want. It could be sort of hot tub time machine type ski wear from the 80s. But I really want to get some snow because I don't think there's going to be snow on March 26th. So I want a lot of snow. So I'm looking up local ice rinks that I can go to where I can collect the chaff from the Zambonis.
What?
You know?
That's real?
Oh yeah, you go to a
That's
local ice rink, and the Zambonis dump big, snowbank deposits of shaved
That's
ice
fucking
that
nuts.
works as snow. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start stealing barrels of snow from a skating rink that day. I have to get a lot too, because snow melts quickly.
That's
I
fun.
looked it up. I looked up, potential home snow blowers. snowmaking machines, and unfortunately, it needs to be really cold for those to work. Plus, you have to have a high pressure water connection, and we do not. Our water connection up there is meant for watering daffodils, not blowing and creating snow such that you could ski on your roof deck. So I'm gonna have to go to the local snow, ice skating rink.
I like the way that you show out for a party
Between the
No
first and
holds
second
barred.
period of a fucking
Yeah.
12-year-old hockey game.
This guy's asking for the ice.
Yeah. That's my game plan as of right now.
Dude, hopefully I'll be able to make it. Dude, I was thinking about a friend of mine, and I hadn't like put this together until I was reflecting on it. But I have this friend who's just like can't go anywhere without creating controversy. Like every time I'm with him anywhere, he gets into some kind of fight with somebody. Not like a punching people in the face, but like a disagreement. Like he just can't not be himself. And he's also like he will not back down from the slightest, like a situation where normal people like you and I would be like, this isn't worth it. He will like go for it. And I spent the afternoon with him once. He got into a lifetime of uncomfortable altercations in this like 4-hour period that we like worse than I've ever gotten into in my entire life combined.
What do you mean?
Okay,
You mean
I'll tell you.
altercations that the other people wouldn't be able to forget or forgive?
No, that if I were him, wouldn't be able to get
the
past
quantity.
Dude, actually, we only hung out for we hung out for like 2 hours. We were going to a hike. We hiked, and then he dropped me off. And in that time, 3 insane things happened. Okay, so we're driving. This is in LA, obviously. We're driving, and on Fountain in LA, it's like a tough intersection to pull out onto because there aren't a lot of lights. People are going kind of fast, and you have to like make a quick right. Or if you're like going across lanes, it can be a little a tricky maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he cuts somebody off, but like didn't really. Like in LA, people think you're cutting them off, and in New York, it wouldn't be considered cutting someone off.
Yeah,
which is an interesting thing. And then we end up at the light with this guy, and this guy just like he kind of looked like, remember Fabio, like the romance novel, but he kind of also looked like a dog. And
I can see that.
And dude, so we cut the guy off. I guess I didn't think we had cut him off. He like flashes the lights at us, whatever. We end up at the light together. The guy I'm with rolls down his window, and then he motions to the other guy to roll down his window. I was like,
boy,
are we really doing this right now? He goes, yo, what the fuck is your problem, dude? And the guy was like, and he's like, you look like a fucking German Shepherd.
Your buddy said that?
Yes. And then he drives off. He goes, dude, what the fuck was that? And I was like, dude, Jesus. Okay.
What a thing to say.
I know. So, dude, this is great. So he has a dog too. He's a lovely dog. And it's funny because in all these situations, actually my friend was right, but like took it too far, which was funny. Okay. So then we're walking with the dog, and it's this like Doberman mix. I don't know. But anyway, it was like a young dog, and it was wearing a gentle leader because it would pull so much to teach it.
What is that?
It's a thing that when the dog pulls, it kind of tightens on its snout a little bit.
It's one of those masks that I always assumed was to prevent a very vicious dog from ruining the face of a 7-year-old.
I don't think it's the same thing. This dog is the most lovely dog. It's one of the dude, I joke with him that the dog has a better personality than him. That's how sweet this dog is. So anyway, this woman walks by and she goes, "Can that dog breathe?" And he goes, "What the fuck did you just say?" He goes, "Mind your own fucking business." I was like, "Are you serious?" Oh my God, dude. Jesus. Dude. Dude.
What an eruption. I mean, it's just 0 to 60 so fast.
Dude, so then later on the hike, we encounter the lady again. And no one says anything. She walks by us and he goes, "Oh, there's that fucking bitch."
Oh my God, dude.
"Why don't you mind your own fucking business?" I was like, "Oh my God, dude. Are you serious?"
How long ago was this?
This is like 2-3 years ago, dude.
Oh my God.
I mean, he's my friend, but it's just funny. He's so controversial. So dude, then we get in the car and he's like, "Let me call my agent real quick." He gets on the phone, calls the agent. He goes, "Hey, this is like so-and-so calling for so-and-so agent." And the assistant goes, "Okay, yeah, hold on 1 second." We wait on hold for a second. And then the assistant comes back on. She goes, yeah, he doesn't know who you are, and please never call this number again.
Oh my God.
And then hangs up. He goes, dude, can you fucking believe that? I was like, dude, are you serious? You need to like not go out for a while, dude.
I
Like,
am baffled
dude, like,
by this monster person.
dude, he's a lovely guy too. It's just, I don't know, but I've noticed that he does just constantly get into these like,
Well, there's a lot to unpack in the different stories. I mean, the first 3 are all related, but the last one makes me think that he's just a crazy person. Like he said, let me call my agent.
I think he said this agent that like he thought that the agent was expecting his call.
Uh-huh.
And
the agent said, never call me again.
the agent's assistant said, never call this number again.
Use those words.
Yes.
Well, that means that they know him and are have a problem with him. Nobody would say that. Nobody says, don't ever call this number again.
It was super fucking rude, but like yeah, I don't know. He was calling to catch up with this person that like wasn't into it. I think that it was like it seemed like a newer relationship. Like maybe he had just met him or something. I don't know. But dude, I
Wow.
was mind blown.
Wow. That is a very confusing and deeply kind of volatile day.
Right? So stressful. I was like, dude, that was so stressful.
Have you hung out with this person since?
Yeah. When he's in town, I'll see him.
And
He's he's an old friend.
does it always go this way?
I'll see him and he'll tell me a story about a falling out that he's had that is just so dramatic. And I'm like, Jesus, dude, like, what is going on? Why are
Yeah.
you constantly getting into these fights with people?
Let me ask you a question. I find as I get older that my anger behind the wheel is increasing.
Oh, interesting. Is
Um,
that can you contribute that to just like now driving regularly in the city?
That's probably something to do with it, but I just find that there are some things that I really can't stand. The biggest one for me is, and I've probably said this before, but when you're getting off an exit in New York and the exit is backed up,
Oh yeah, it sucks.
and so good Samaritans get in the line and they wait, but then assholes
Yeah.
drive all the way up to the front and then try to merge
Are
in.
you talking about the Tillery Street exit on the BQE?
I think so.
Because yeah,
I think that's the worst
it's
example of
really
it.
extreme.
Yeah.
My whole life too, dude. That was the exit where, and I'll tell you the truth, bro. You want to know who the guy is who cuts in last second? Big G.
Really? What does he say?
Savage
How
New
does
York
he
driver.
how does he justify it?
He goes, I'm a New York driver, baby.
no shame.
0.
Wow.
I'm like, you're a savage, dude. But he's known for driving really, really, really slow in general, like to the point where he'll be going 35 miles an hour on the highway. And I'm like, dude, the minimum speed limit thing is invented because of you. Because he starts talking and we're like, dude, are you really driving this slow? But then in New York City, he just becomes an animal. He just becomes a savage the second he gets back in the city. He goes, I learned to drive in these streets. I'm like, okay, dude.
If you're a new listener, by the way, Big G is
Sorry.
Julio's dad.
Yeah.
Papa G. Dude, that is something that drives me nuts.
It
And
is really annoying.
I have fantasies about going up to the front of the line and then pulling out diagonally and just parking there with like a beach chair and a drink and like blocking people from doing that all day.
That's awesome.
I really do. And here's the other thing, by the way. The way
Content.
your dad does it, I almost don't have a problem with. What I have a problem with is people who do it and then signal their blinker on and they're like, "Oh shoot, I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot that
the
I had
hand
to
up.
get off here. Can you just let me in?" You know?
Yeah.
Because they're full of shit.
Yeah.
And you know that they are just not wanting to wait in the line. Now, I have found that I am getting closer and closer to the day where I get out of the car. It's coming.
I'm excited for
And
this.
it's really not good. Getting out of the car
It's bad.
in
Bad things
anger,
happen, dude.
in anger is to me one of the more dangerous things you
People
can do.
die.
That's where you get those dash cam videos of the other guy, because there's two things that are going to happen. One, getting out of the car can be the scariest thing you could do to someone else. If
Right.
someone sees you get out of the car, they're instantly scared.
Right.
Unless they get out of the car too, in which case instantly you are fucked.
Agreed.
Because somebody who gets out of the car to meet another person that's got out of the car
Yeah, totally.
is going to win.
Totally.
And not only win, but they probably have something in the trunk,
yeah.
like a baseball bat or a tire iron
the
or
thing that you'd get the ice off the windshield
sure,
with.
getting beaten with a squeegee, whatever it is, you're losing.
You're fucked.
And they may be Russian, they may be this is just run of the mill. They're
Dude, that's
waiting
funny.
for it. And
Yeah, and whoever has gotten out of the car more times is the person who's likely to win in that
Yeah.
situation. And it's likely the person who responds, like you said, to someone getting out of the car by getting out of the car.
yeah,
You're in big trouble.
I'm coming to the day where I get out of the car.
Let the pythons feed, baby.
I am coming to that day, and I'm nervous about it because I feel it coming, and I know I don't think it's gonna go well. I mean, you see clips like there was a video that went viral recently of a guy just mad on the road. Someone like passed him, cut him off. I don't even know what happened, and he just takes out his gun and shoots through his own windshield at this car, like six shots.
Oh my
Bop, bop,
god!
bop. And it clearly he like doesn't have that much familiarity with guns because the gun is kind of like overpowering him as he's driving.
Classic.
And yeah, I mean that's death.
Oh my god, dude!
There's a great story in the Andre Agassi autobiography. Did you read
Which
that?
I have not read.
There's his
surprisingly.
dad, the whole story is this tyrannical father who's, keeping him on the court with the ball machine until his hands are bleeding
Yeah.
and all of that. And he's he was a like semi-pro boxer, his dad. And he remembers this story. He tells the story of when he was a kid, a truck driver cut him off. His dad goes back and forth, like swerves in front. They stop. Dad gets out of the car. Truck driver gets out of the truck. Dad goes and knocks him out cold and leaves him bleeding in the street. Gets
my
back in
God.
the car, starts driving, and just quietly says, "Don't tell your mother." And it always stuck with
That's
me.
so good.
It always stuck with me. I don't want to run into Andre Agassi's dad on the
No, you do
BQE.
not.
You know what I
do
mean?
not. You do not.
Oh my God.
Dude, that's great.
But, oh,
Awesome. Guys, Oops the Podcast. We love you. See you in Boston. Looking forward to that. Hopefully we'll
Mhm.
have some more stuff popping up too. As time goes on, I'm going to be Saturday and Sunday, Panama City Beach, Harpoon Harry and Longboard Saturday and Sunday night. You get tickets in my bio on my website, which by the way, somebody suggested that I buy notjulio.com and link it, and I have done that. So notjulio.com now also goes to my website if you want to get tickets to stuff.
nice.
Yeah, Francis, what do you got?
Cool. I've got big New York City, my big homecoming show, Gotham Comedy Club, April 8th and 9th. I hope to see so many of you there. It's going to be a grand affair. FrancisEllis.com for tickets. That's the big one.
Sweet.